Hey everybody, Citizen Trader X here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to calculate your lot size. So say for example in this particular bar chart, if you are assuming that the price is going to go up and you wish to only risk, for example, $100, well, you want to figure out, well, how much Bitcoin can I actually buy such that I only risk $100, having a stop loss and a take profit level. So let me just bring up this tool, long position tool. So let's say you've done your technical analysis and you believe once the price crosses this point here that you're going to go for a long, because that's what your analysis has told you. Let's just make this bigger so we can see it a bit clearer. And what your technical analysis also has told you is that if the price does drop, it won't drop lower than this point right here. Okay, and just to keep things simple, we're going to go for a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So at the moment it's at 0.71. So let's just expand that. I mean, this is, just trying to get as close as possible, so you get the idea. All right, so this is your current strategy, that your technical analysis has told you that entry point is here. That's the $51,142 mark, and you believe that once the price crosses here, it will not fall below your stop and will actually go up at some point and hit your take profit line. Yep, so it's gonna, this is your technical analysis, and hence that's why you put your stop loss there. Okay, so the question is, if I only want to risk $100, i.e. if the price were to drop, let's get an arrow, just make it a little bit different. If the price were to actually cross through, I don't know if you can see that one, let's go blue. If the price were actually to drop through my stop loss point, then I would lose $100. So that's what we're trying to figure out. I'm prepared to lose $100, and this is the point. This is the stop loss. This is the point where it will happen. So, how many Bitcoin can we buy, or should we buy, to only risk $100 in this space in order to try and make $100 in this direction, going up? Well, the formula is actually pretty simple, but let's go through it. I mean, that's why you're here, right? Okay, let's move this over here so we can see it. Alright, so the formula is lot size equals risk divided by gap. Now what is gap? Gap is this here. Change that color, go red. So that's what gap is. So the amount of space from your entry to your stop. That's the gap. So let's continue with this guy. So it's lot size equals risk divided by the gap. Lot size equals risk divided by entry minus stop price. So entry price minus stop price. Alright, let's fill in a few details. Lot size equals the risk. $100 is what we want to risk, divided by our entry price. Now we can see on the right there on the price scale, grey is the entry, green is the take profit, and red is our stop loss. So entry price is $51,142 minus the stop price, which is $49,244.50. Okay, lot size equals 100 divided by, let's grab a calculator, 51142 minus 49244.5. 1897.50. 1897.50. Cool. So it was the entry price minus the stop price, because we're going from, we want to know what's the difference, what's this gap. So take the higher number and minus the lower number to give you this difference. And you'll see how that matters more when we do a short example. We'll get to that in a moment. Alright, let's continue. So lot size equals, bring that calculator back, 100 divided by 1897.50, 0.052, now let's just round off to 3, so to 3 decimal places, so 053. 3 BTC. Okay, so what we're saying is that if we want to risk $100 and this is the gap we have to risk, then this is the amount of Bitcoin we need to buy. 0.53 Bitcoin. Yep. Alright, so obviously pause the video, rewind the video, go over it a few times, try to understand how the math works. It's not difficult, but you just need to run through it a few times. The formula's here and it's the same all the time. So what we're going to do now is do an example of going short. So let's just clear everything. Alright, oops. Okay. Alright, so let's say that your technical analysis has told you that the price will go down. And you're expecting an entry around here. And your TA tells you that the price will not go higher than that last high point. And once again, we just to simplify it, we're going to go for a risk to reward ratio of 1:1. So 1:1 basically means you're going to double your money. So you're risking $100 to make $100. Obviously 1:1, as you know, you would have heard on every other video or book, is not a viable risk to reward ratio, but we're using it for simplicity's sake. Okay, so your technical analysis has told you Bitcoin price is going down. So this is going to be your entry price, once again, the grey value, your stop loss, the red value, and your take profit, the green value. Alright, so what we need to figure out, well, let's put a few things back in. What we're prepared to risk, $100. Prepared to risk $100, meaning that if the price crosses our stop loss here, we will lose only $100. Yep, because this is our gap that we're working with. Alright, let's work on that formula again, just shift it up. And the formula is exactly the same. So, lot size equals risk divided by gap. Now, if you remember before, I mentioned the gap situation. where you're minusing the higher value, the lower value from the higher value. And this is just so you have a positive figure. So in this case, let's continue with the formula. Lot size equals risk divided by... Now before, when we had this situation where we were going up, we did entry minus the lower value, which is the stop. Yep. But now, get rid of that. This is the gap. Now it's actually the stop minus the entry. So that's the difference. So it's stop price minus entry price. Yep. And we do that because we don't want to get a negative number. We don't want to be divided by a negative. Okay, let's punch in some values. So lot size equals $100. The risk divided by the stop. The stop is the red value. 52,120.50 minus the entry, which is 50,291. Okay, lot size equals 100 divided by, bust out that calculator again, 5 minus 50291, 1829.50. 1829.50. Is that correct? Yep. Okay, let's continue with the formula. Lot size equals, let's move it over, we can see it. Oh, it's over there, of course. Clear it, so 100 divided by 1829.5. So once again, we're going to go for 3 decimals. I mean, you can go to as many decimals as you like, but most exchanges are going to restrict it anyway. So I think 3 or 4. So yeah, depending on the exchange. So we're going to go for 0.055 because we're rounding up, thanks to the 6. So 55. So the answer is 0.055 BTC. Okay, so what is it telling us? What are we saying? We are saying that we believe the price will not go more higher than that stop loss up there. We think it's going to go down and hit our take profit. Change that color. Right? And it also means we're only prepared to risk $100 if it does break our stop loss. In order to only risk $100 in this gap, we need to purchase 0.055 Bitcoin. Yep. We purchased 0.055 Bitcoin, and our risk is restricted to $100. This is assuming, of course, you put your stop loss at this point. If you don't put your stop loss, well, you know, that's a different story. So that's pretty much it. This is the formula right there. You know, if you can remember gap, great. If you can't remember gap, just remember this one. Lot size equals risk divided by the gap, which is stop minus entry. Alright, so now let's just do a little calculation because, okay, you're prepared to risk $100 and you need to buy 0.055 Bitcoin, but what does that mean? So how much money do you actually need to have? Let's do the calculation. Bring our mate the calc back. Alright, current Bitcoin price, just as a point of reference, today is the 27th of December 2021. It is summer here in Sydney, Australia, but it's raining, so I thought I'll make a video, and here we are. Anyway, okay, so what is 0.055 of Bitcoin price at the moment? So 0.055 of the current Bitcoin price, which is 50779, 2792. Alright, so you actually need to have $2,792 in your account. Well, actually, you should have more, because you don't want the exchange closing your trade because you don't have enough money. It'll have its own. Each exchange has its own liquidation calculations. So yeah, you can't have only the exact amount of money. Yeah. So basically, you need to have this amount of money plus a little bit extra in order to be able to do this trade of 0.055. Yep. This example does not take into consideration leverage. Therefore, you need to have the full amount, $2,792 in your account in order to place this trade so that you can do this risk. Now, so no leverage into this. It's a one-to-one thing. So if you do want to use leverage, that's when this amount of 2,792 is reduced. So if you have 10x, well then I don't know what the calculation is. maybe you only need $280, $279 in your account. I think that's the way it works, so that you can make the trade. Now, I do have a calculator which I'm finishing off, and I will make a video about how to use it. Let me just bring it here so you can have a quick squeeze at it, because this video has already gone long enough, and the point of the video was to show the calculation of lot size. But this calculator basically just does exactly what we just did. You only need to fill in the yellow fields, put the risk. Actually, let's do it. So 100, let's do it quickly. I said I was going to show. Let's go short. Okay, and risk to reward, we're just going 1-to-1, and we'll keep that simple. And entry price, what's the entry price? 50,282. 50,282. And the stop price is up here, 50,120. 50,120.5. Okay. Oh, have we gone the wrong way? Stop. What have I done? Oh, put the wrong price. Stop price is 52,120. Oops. 52,120.5. Now, I had a negative number, so something was telling me something was wrong. Okay, so now what we're getting is $100 risk, trade direction short, risk to reward 1, which means we're going to make 1 if we hit the target. Entry price 50,282, sorry, 50,291. What the hell's going on? 50,291. Alright, there we go. And alright, so it's going to tell you the lot size, 0.0546. Now, if we round this up to 3 decimals, it's 0.055. Exactly what we got here, 0.055. Yep, cool. So that's the calculator. That's the most basic version of it, which is probably what you're going to use the most. But I do have the version which incorporates leverage. So that's the extra section there. So what that's going to tell you is here. First of all, it's going to tell you the lot size, how many BTC you need to buy, and then how much money you actually need to have in your account, minimum. Remember, it's not taking into account how each exchange calculates its liquidation account size. And the other third tab, which is the same thing but add in even extra fields, is so it's got the lot size, it's got the equity that you need if you're going to use leverage, which is there, and also including the ability to add the transaction fees, the exchange fees, so maker fees and taker fees, because in the end, I mean, these all do come into play in calculating your bottom line. So down here you'll have the calculations of what you actually earn, taking into account maker fees and taker fees. But anyway, that's another video, so that's what I'm working on. It's pretty much done. I'm doing a couple of versions and just tightening a few things up. But yeah, that's the video on how to calculate the lot size. I hope it was clear enough. I know I probably rushed a bit, but the beauty of YouTube, pause it, rewind it, write it down, do a few examples, do long and shorts. The short's going to get you the first time, but it's just a matter of remembering. Just you're subtracting and you want a positive number, so subtract the lower value from the higher value, and that's pretty much it. Alright, that's me, Citizen Trader X. This has been the lot size calculator video, and look forward to my next video where I'll explain my spreadsheet. That spreadsheet will be available on Etsy. It's only going to be a couple of bucks, but if you don't want to pay, that's fine. I've given you the formula in this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Happy trading. Take it easy, everybody.